Welcome to Lyfistry's Arabic Music Seminary. A brief introduction about life history. Life history is about infusing creativity and skill in life, transforming living into an art. Life history aims at reconditioning minds to get rid of all negative perception on life and living the positivity inherent at micro and macro levels of human existence. Life history applies the wisdom of traditional yoga, scientific methods of modern psychology, transcendental joy of Indian classical music, getting rid of negative attitudes and perception in life in order to bring about tranquility and serenity, making living an art. There are many musicians who had taught us the skill of living through their compositions. Saint Tyagaraja is one among them. Today's topic is the skill of living in Tyagaraja's compositions. Today we have Shri Pantula Gopala Rao sir to talk about today's topic. A brief introduction about sir. He worked as engineer in All India Radio and Doordarshan. He is a musician by passion. He learned music from the young age, overcoming the odds and evolved as vocalist and violinist. He is disciple of Sangeeta Kalasagara Sri Ivatori Vijayeswar Rao sir. He has been great teacher to many, inspiring and motivating them in the path of music. He mentored many students. His motto is, "Do not say no to anyone who yearns to learn music." And he has been altruistic to the core in this great mission. He also worked in Broadcast Engineers Consultant India Limited as project manager and content monitoring inspector at Vizag. Presently, he is the chairman of organizing committee Tyagaraja Aradhana Trust, Vishakhapatnam. He is also the president of Para, the Supreme, a socio-cultural movement to create and heighten the awareness of Carnatic music. Sir, may I request you to say a few words in this direction based on your knowledge and experience?
Thank you. Well, I'm glad to know your aims and objectives. Yes, I can share my views on that. Dear viewers of Life History, before talking about better life, I wish to pose the question, what is life? As Shakespeare said, the world is a big stage and we are all actors. We act our role and leave the stage. Thereafter, we go to our normal life, believed as reality. While on stage, we play our role and strive to do justice to the role. I quote from As You Like It, the famous drama of Shakespeare, the words spoken by one of the characters, Jax. All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful barret, met his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like fire, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice in fair round belly, with good cap and line, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise sauce and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful horse, well shaved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank and his big manly voice turning into childish treble pipes and visuals in his sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans deep, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. That is our life. It is limited to the tenure of our role in the world. As one great poet, Pantula Shastri said, "Itte digumunu rail petti jagambu." This life is like a journey in a railway compartment which asks us to get down soon.
So, if the life in the world is only action, then what is the reality?
Yeah, that's correct. First, let us analyze what is life. Prakriti is of two types, known as Chetana Prakriti and Jada Prakriti, the animate and inanimate. Chetanatam is the attribute of life. It can be understood separation of Nirvikara, Niranjana, Nityananda, Ruparahita, Tejomaya, Parabrahma, Paramatma into its Amsha, the Atma or soul. It is as pure as Paramatma. It is encased in different cages, the best of it being human being. Janmanam Uttamam Narjanma. As this living object grows in the world, it acquires vasanas due to its karma, and gradually the purity is lost. These vasanas are carried for the next birth. After taking many births, mean or lower and higher, then because of its sukarma or good actions, if the Atma can realize its originality again, attains moksha or salvation or mingling with Paramatma. That is our philosophy of Advaita. Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita all have made it clear that the final goal of life is Advaitam, the mingling of Atma, the soul with Paramatma, the eternal truth, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. That is what is known as Atma Savijyam for eternal happiness, Brahmanandam or Paramanandam, becoming one with the eternal, a state of no grief, no desires, no existence, only happiness and nothing else. This is the blissful state.
That is true. But as long as we are on earth, we have to lead our life successfully and happily. What do you say?
Yes, what you said is 100% correct. As we, as Shakespeare said, we have to act our characters successfully. How to grow, how to lead life successfully, how to live in society, how to make life comfortable, how to make others comfortable and happy, how to improve the standard of life, style of life, and quality of life, what is happiness, and finally, what is the goal of life. All these are pertinent questions to whom we have to find answers and solutions in our own way and live a successful life. Coming to happiness in the world, let us take the example of a child, single child, born in an affluent family with all luxuries. If he or is she or he happy, if the parents are too busy and the child denied of parental love and affection and care and has to grow in the hands of servants, is that child happy? Or the child born in a poor family but is lucky enough to grow in the lap of the mother and is showered with the affection of father, brothers, sisters, etc. Which child is happy? Both are unhappy as they grow, and each envy the other and wish to step into the shoes of the other. So, what is a happy life? Is it in acquisitions, education, knowledge, power, influence, etc., for which people stay? Yes, all are important for a happy life. But Life is a compromise. If one thing is desired, another one may have to be sacrificed. It is associated with the contentment, discipline, restraint, limitation, health, etc. And it is all in the hands of the individual. In addition, certain qualities of the individual contribute to his happiness. In one's own mind is in control. If the mind is in control, the person can lead a happy life, contented and exemplary life. The life of various legendaries in our itihasas, puranas and stories illustrate how to lead a happy life by good conduct and personal qualities. Even one good quality is enough to make one legendary. If multiple good qualities are amalgamated, nothing like that. Rama for ideal life, Harishchandra for truth, Karna for Danam or offering the desired to others, Jesus, the Buddha, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda, Mother Teresa, etc., etc.
So when you're naming these great people, I'm reminded of yet another great person, Tyagaraja. So today is Pushya Bahula Panchami, Aradhana day of Saint Composer Tyagaraja. So on this special occasion, may I request you to say a few words on the relevance of Tyagaraja's ideas and their influence on society and life of individuals?
Yes, Tyagaraja is an extraordinary person. He has set example by his simple and principled life, coupled with bhakti, and through his compositions showed the path for a happy life. He is honored as Vaggayakar Chakravarti, the musical trinity, Shyama Shastri, Muthuswami Dikshidhar and Tyagaraja. Out of them, he is the crowned emperor, Vaggayakar Chakravarti. They are all contemporaries and lived in the 18th century. Tyagaraja, the saint composer, has composed many kritis of great variety with different themes. Divyanama Kirtanas in praise of God. Namo Namo Raghavaya. This was the first. He has composed Utsava Sampradaya Kirtanas for various festive occasions, like Koluvai Yunnade. You must be knowing this well. Koluvai Yunnade. Kodanda Pagani Koluvai Yunnade. And another. Hecharika Garara, He Ramachandra, Hecharika Garara, He Suguna Sandra, Hecharika Garara. He has composed this with philosophical themes. Dvaitamu Sukhama, Advaitamu Sukhama, and kritis of moral themes. He preached many morals through his kirtanas. Manasu Swadhina Maina Yaganodi Yede Marimata Tantramu Dega. One, a person whose mind is in his control by all mantras and tantras, that itself is enough. He has composed Geya Natakas with the devotional theme, Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam, Navka Charitram, and Sitaram Vijayam. Sitaram Vijayam is not available, and Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam and Navka Charitram are available in full text. They are based on devotion and Bhakti Tattva. And the immortal Pancharatna Kirtanas has composed in the Dhanaraga Panchakam are Nata, Gaula, Arapi, Varali, and Sri Ragam. Jagadanandakaraka in Nata. Dudukugala nanne dora koduku brochura ayento duduku. In this, Tyagaraja attributes all bad qualities to himself and says, who can save me? I have done so many wrong things. Actually, he has not done anything. And the mistakes of others he is pointed out so that people can realize what are their mistakes. And another, the third one, in the Raga Arapi, Sa-thin chetne O manasa Sa-thin chetne. And then Varadi, Kana kana ruchira kana kavasana ninnu. And finally, the most famous Sri Raga Kirtana, Endaro Mahanupavulu. Endaro Mahanupavulu, Endaro Mahanupavulu, Andariki Vanda Namulo, Endaro Mahanupavulu. So he is naming all the great people who have to be abhorred, who have to be respected. And Tyagaraja has composed Guchakritis or group compositions on different gods and goddesses, on Kovur Sundareswara, Tripura Sundari, etc.
Right, sir. It is well known that Tyagaraja elicited many good human qualities in his kritis. So, will you please explain in this aspect?
Yes, I am exactly coming to the same point. As you said, Tyagaraja Kritis are abundant in throwing light on the good human qualities. For a happy life, good life, and exemplary life, of course, if only one follows this. Now we will talk about just one such quality because it is difficult to put all these things at the same time. Let us take only one quality which he has described. In the society, a person is required to develop personal skills. One is endeared and respected for even just one quality, ability of nice talk, sweet tongue, and murda bhashanam. Value of good talk is described by many authors. Thus, Bhartruhari, the great moralist, told, Keyurana vibhushayanti purusham harana chandrojjala nasnanam na videpanam na kusumam na alankrutamuthaja vanyeka samalankaroti purusham ya sanskrutatharyate shiyante kalu bhushanani satatam vagbhushanam bhushanam. This is translated by Enugu Lakshmana Kavi in Telugu called Bhartruhari Subhashitalu. Bhushaluga umachulaku bhurimaya angadakaraharam Bhushita kesha pasha mrudu pushpa sugandha jalabhishekama Bhushalugavu Purushini bhushati cheyu pavitravani Vagbhushaname subhushanamu bhushanamulnasinsananniyun. No other ornament is permanent. The haras are necklaces, chains, and a, fragrant waters, taking bath in fragrant waters. All these are not permanent. They all perish. Only what remains is his pavitra or pure syllabus, bani or talk. That is the subhushanam of all the bhushanas.
Mm.
We come across phrases such as Valukula Kuliki, one who talks sweetly. Paluku tenela talli. In the Annamacharya Kirtana, Paluku tenela talli, pavadinchenu. He says, Vacho vilasamu is another word frequently used to tell about good talk. And Madhuradharam, meaning sweet talk, lips, the talk from the lips. One great poet and devotee, Vallabhacharya, has composed a beautiful song about this Madhuram. Madhuryam. Adharam Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Nayanam Madhuram, Hasitam Madhuram, Hrudayam Madhuram, Gamanam Madhuram, Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram, Vachanam Madhuram, Charitam Madhuram, Vasanam Madhuram, Balitam Madhuram, Chalitam Madhuram, Brahmitam Madhuram, Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Venur Madhuro, Renur Madhuraha, Panil Madhuraha, Pado Madhuro. Nrutyam Madhuram, Sakyam Madhuram, Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Geetam Madhuram, Pitam Madhuram, Bhuktam Madhuram, Suptam Madhuram, Rupam Madhuram, Tilakam Madhuram, Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Like that. It goes on describing the Lord's beauty and sweetness in everything, whatever he does, what is surrounding him, who are all associated with it. Everything is Mathura. Gunja Mathura, he says, the stump or post to which the cows are tied, that is also Mathuram. Mala Mathura, the mala which he wears is called Damodara. He wears a garland which never fades. Its fragrance is permanent. Such beautiful garland he wears. Yamuna Mathura, Vichi Mathura, Salilam Mathuram, Kamalam Mathuram, Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Mathuram. One thing, the heart is sweet, everything is sweet around them. A pure heart, no hatred. Gopa Madhura, Gavo Madhura, Yashtin Madhura, Srushtir Madhura, Dalitam Madhuram, Palitam Madhuram, Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. This is known as Madhurashtakam, very famous description of Lord's sweetness. We also have people with very kind heart, but their harsh talk. Who knows the heart? Even if they talk harsh, that is understood later only. But the immediate reaction is the person is bad. Nindu manambu navyanavaniita samambu. One poet describes his heart is tender like the butter. Palkudaruna khandala shastratulyamu. His talk is like a hard sword. So such people and the hatred of others. And the famous Moralish poet Vemana, Yogi Vemana, in his poem, he talks about the good talk and sweet talk, soft talk. Alpudepudu malkunadambaramuganu. A mean fellow always talks with gay palm. Sajjanundu balku challaganu. A good person talks very softly. And he compares these two to the sound of bronze and to the tough gold. Kansum rogunatlu kanakambu roguna Vishadabhirama Vinodavema. Vemana addresses himself and says, does gold sound like the high sounding branch? So that is the quality of great persons, soft talk. Tyagaraja has stressed on this quality of pleasing talk time and again. You asked me to mention about especially Tyagaraja's contribution in this direction. Tyagaraja appreciates the nice way of talk of Sri Rama in many of his kritis, and thus stresses on the importance of sweet talk. In one of the Kirtana, Mrudu Bhashana Nata Vibhishana, he appreciates Rama's talk as Mrudu, soft talk, which is appreciated by Vibhishana. What is the greatness if Vibhishana appreciates? Vibhishana is a great thinker, and his way of talk is very good, and he approaches only good people, and he does not want the company of bad people. So that way, his appreciation matters a lot. Sudurasyaman pagaleni nannu sukajituga nevaru seture mrudu bhashana. Nobody can take me out of the durasha or greed. How can I be happy? How can my mind be ever happy? That means asha or greed is one of the bad qualities which makes people unhappy. The more they earn, still the more they want more, and finally they perish. Varadana Buddha Samirana Varadana Marapalaka Darahasa Guna Bhusha Para Parachagaraja Karachita Mridubhashana. At another kriti, Sudha Madhurya Bhashana in Sindhi Ramakriya, Tyagaraja appreciates Rama's talk and says, Rama's speech is as sweet as divine nectar or amritam, and his face is like Sudhakara, the moon, or the storehouse for amritam. Rama's stories or history is satiating like amritam. Here Tyagaraja gives a good suggestion for good quality of life. He says, O Lord of good qualities, having decided not to approach cruel people on the earth, I have desired the friendship and association of people who are devoted unto you. Rudu Bhashana. That was the earlier. Here also, Sudhama Madhurya Bhashana. Sudha Madhurya Bhashana. Sudha Madhurya Bhashana. Sudha Madhurya Bhashana. Sudha Karanana. Kadamrutamuche bahukalamu akali diriyunnano rogumu sutha madhurya bhashana. Duratmula bubu kirata kulache radadanu sundarakara ni parayanu dachedini koro Tyagarajanuta O Paratpara Suguna Sudha Madhurya Bhashana. Kadamritamuche Bahukalamu Akaridiri Unnanu Brom. Listening to your stories like Amritam, all my hunger is satiated. Srimad Shankaracharya has also advocated Satsangatyam. Here, Tyagaraja told, Duratmalago Bhukirathakala Cheraradanchu, deciding that I should not approach the Kiratakas or Rakshasa type of people. And Shankaracharya gives the different steps. Satsangatve nisangatum, nisangatve nirmohatum, nirmohatve nichalatatum, nichalatatte jivan mukti. Jivan mukti or the moksha while alive, salvation while alive. There are steps for it. First of them is satsangatvam or company of good people. It leads to nisangatam or no company. How it leads? You try to find good people, and when you are pure and you find out who is good, then you will find others have some bad qualities. So gradually leave all of them, and then you will have nobody around you. That is nisangatam or detachment. You feel aghast of all this. Next, to freedom from delusion, and thereby to concentrated mind. And all this is congenial to Jivan Mukti or salvation while alive. How nicely he has put it in the simple slokam. Shankaracharya, Jagat Guru, at a very young age, he has renunciated the world and wrote the bhashyas for all the Upanishads and did yeoman service for the Hindu philosophy and Hindu life and Hinduism. The beautiful Kriti, Paluku Kandachakkaranu Kerane, Tyagaraja, in the Raga Navarasa Kannada, he compares Rama's Paluku or words from his mouth to Kandachakkara or clustered sugar. He addresses, oh ladies, see how sweet are Rama's words. They are like clustered sugar. Paluku Kandachakkaranu Kerune, Panatulara Chudare. Panatulara, he addresses, oh female folk. Here, the Panatulara means the whole creation of the Prakriti. In our philosophy, the whole Prakriti is three tattva and only God is Paramapurusha, Paramatma. So, Tyagaraja does not mean the only ladies or gents. This is a call for all the people who are living. కొలువు కూటమునను కొలుచూవారిని పిలచి దాశరథి ప్రేమ మీర పలికే పలుకు కండ చక్కెరను గేరునే. కొలువు కూటం, in his court, when all people are assembled, he calls the people who are serving him and he talks to them with affection sweetly. Suralakamini madulaganamadaranakinsu sunu sungara rasayuktavara ramanodadajuchi sarasajagaraja vinutudu palike paluku kanda chakkeranu gerune. See, he is describing the scene. Tyagaraja imagines a scene. Surala Kamini Mandala Ganam Adarana Nalakinsu. those days there are no entertainments like our TVs or uh, uh, films or anything like that. So the courts of Jamindars, kings were all the entertainment place for the common folk. All are invited there, and some entertainment is arranged there. Here, dance program by Suralak Amini Manada, dancers. Alakinchudu, listening to that, seeing that Srungara Rasayukta Vararamanu Lada Chuchi, beautiful dancers. When they are dancing, while seeing that, he calls his subjects and talks to them in a very sweet voice. This shows that Rama could win the hearts of his subjects with his sweet talk. This is a great administrative quality which is possible only to people, to great people who love all people. In another kriti in the Raga Kharara Priya, Ramani Samanamevaru, Tyagaraja addresses Rama and says, who else is comparable to you, O Rama, the elevator of Ragamsha? Your wife Sita is Marubam Malaka, or a plant of fragrance, and a parrot in the cage of Bhakti. Honey flows from each word of your brothers, and you yourself are Madhu Subhasha, with smooth and nice words. Ramani samana me varu, 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 Raghuvamso Dharaka Ramani Samana me Varura Bama Marubam Pumolaka Bama Marubam Pumolaka Bhaktiyanu Panjarapu Chiruka Rama Ni Samana me Varu Paluku Paluku Laku Paluku Paluku Laku Teniya Paluku paluku laku teniya luluka matanadu soda lulugala hari soda lulugala hari Tyagaraja kuda vibhusha rudu subhalasha Rama ni samana me var Raghuvamso Dharaka ni samana me varuta. This he talks. He addresses Rama as Mridu Subhasha. On another occasion, Tyagaraja expressed a queer desire that he is desirous of listening something. Tyagaraja gets some vision. He experiences something, and immediately his face glows and a kirtana comes from his mouth. His shishyas collect those things, all of them sit together and make the kirtana and sing it back to him. And then only he realizes how the kirtana has come. Oh, it has come like that, he says. This is one such thing. He has a beautiful imagination. I want to listen something. I want something sweet, which pleases my heart, which is a feast to my ears. Like that he starts. He does not say what he wants, because that is a secret. He keeps it a suspense as to what he is aspiring to listen. Finally, in the Charanam, he comes out and expresses thus. When you play Omanaguntalu, Omanaguntalu is a play just like our chess or Paramavada Sopana, snake and ladder, such thing. But it is played with the dice of gold and gems because he's a great king. When he plays this with his wife Sita and win over her, this is a trick. Sita is very clever. She always makes Rama win. That is her nature. In many occasions, Sita gives greatness to Rama, though she is all powerful, Jaganmata. Ma Janaki Chetta Bhattaga Maharagavai Devi. Oh Rama, you have become great king because you married our Sita. She could have killed Ravana just from the fire of her eyes, but she suffered the whole period and stayed in the Ashokavana under the tree and kept silent when all the Rakshasas teased her and all that. Just to make Rama, to give Rama the name that he has killed Ravana. Ravana That's how Tyagaraja says. On many occasions, he praises how Sita has made Rama great. This is one such occasion. She always makes Rama win, and Rama knows that, and both of them look at each other, and then an enjoyable conversation takes place between them. That is with true affectionate love. Hanuman, Bharata, and the like, who surround that while they were playing, they happen to listen to that. So Tyagaraja also wants to listen to that conversation. That is his intention. He keeps it as suspense till the end. Vinana sagoni nanura Vinana sagoni nanura Visaru parama Vinana sagoni nanura Manasaraga Venula Vinduga Maduramaina Palukulu Maduramaina Palukulu Vinana Goninu Nanura Sita Ramani to Omana Untaladigal Sutacheta O Karino Karudu Chisaketa Nipani Jamagu Premato Balku Ko Namutsat Patat Madhyabaratulu Venatola Tyagaraja Sannuta Vinana Vani Nanura. So this is a wonderful imagination of Tyagaraja where he appreciates the beautiful talk, affectionate talk between Rama and Sita. These are instances to understand the enchanting talk of Rama. In his Neelambari Raga Kriti, Matadavemi, Tyagaraja questions Rama, Oh Rama, why don't you talk to me? Your lips are filled with sweetness of talk. Oh Lord Rama, nobody else can be found comparable to you. Why don't you talk such that my mind feels happiness? Having awaited for so long, now I am before you. I am ready to listen to you. I am not finding you anywhere. Now I have come to my heart's fulfillment. Why not you talk to me now? I am before you. That way he asks Rama and encourages Rama to talk to him because he is a good listener. In the famous Pancharatha Kriti, Jagadananda Karaka, He praises Rama. Sa sa ni ni sa ni sa ni pa ri sa ni pa sa ni pa ma ri sa pa pa sa ni pa ma ri sa ri ga ma. सुन्दरतर वदन सुधामय वचो वृन्द गोविन्द सानन्दमा पराजराप्त शुभकरा अनेक जग नन्दकारक जय जानकी प्राण नायक जगदा नन्दकारक. Actually, Nata should be sung in the beginning. There is a proverb. Adi Nata Antya Swarati. Finally, it should be Swarati Ragam. Or Madhyamavati. With all these instances, we can clearly see how Tyagaraja has laid stress on good and pleasing talk. It is essential for everybody. And that skill has to be developed as a life skill, consciously, for a successful and happy life. This is only one good quality for a successful life and happy life. There are many gems in Tyagaraja Kirtanas which we can select and we can talk about them when opportunity comes to us. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. It is very interesting information. I hope all the viewers would take it in a positive way and try to implement them in their lives. Hope you will throw light on the other aspects of Tyagaraja's compositions in the upcoming videos. Thank you.